thing I am bad at, but somehow I pulled it off. So today, here I am putting you guys on the game. What exactly did I do to get there? Here we have 20 ideas that I adapted that changed my life. It only takes one good year. If you adapt these ideas today, I truly believe that you can do anything and everything that you want over the course of the next 365 days. Eric, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, welcome to
the Book of Toby.
A lot of people don't like the gambling steroid stuff. I think no matter who you are as a female, male, MILF, super MILF, super sexy teacher, that, mostly if you, all that kind of good stuff. Book of Togi. Book of Togi. Book of Togi. Sometimes people get crazy lucky and people look at them and they're jealous. Why did that person deserve that success? A great example is the Hawk-Tua girl. I got no fade against the Hawk-Tua girl, but we're just going to use her as an example. The Hawk-Tua girl was a dumb bar out one night and she got interviewed, said, spit on that thing, whatever. Overnight, successful, millionaire. Everyone for months is hating on Hawk-Tua because she has the dream life, while I'm slaving away to get where I want. Why did she get it handed to her? That's bullshit because she got it handed to her. But that's the thing. You can't trick the universe. You can't become successful on borrowed effort. When you find success and you have not put in the trials in order to deserve that success, the universe will come crashing down on you. So we circle back to the Hawk-Tua girl. Overnight success, but she was successful on borrowed effort. 2 months later, she does whatever, a cryptocurrency scam, and her entire career, entire life is ruined. Now, as of today, nobody would trade their life for Hawk-Tua's. Why did that happen to her? Because she did not put in the trials for her success, and now this is her trials. Now she's going through some shit, and one day, I think she will be back with real success. And that's a good point. If your life is shitty right now, that's a good thing. You are currently putting in the trials for your future success so that you are prepared. You have put in the work. You have gone through you've gone through the thick of it, so you deserve your future success. And when you have your future success, it will be real. Another good example is myself. When I was 18 years old, I made $900,000. I was doing high leverage Bitcoin and Ethereum trading, got super lucky, made $900,000, dropped out of college. I was successful. I didn't earn that success. I was lucky. 8 months later, I had blown all my money. I owed the IRS $250,000 because apparently drugs and vacations don't count as a tax write-off, which is bull.
Let's just put this thing a little bit faster.
For the record, 100% that should have been a tax write-off. But either way, I blew that money on cars, drugs, private jets, and all of a sudden, I have no skills, no job, no money, and a nasty addiction. Yikes. Before I went broke, everyone thought I was sick, and then after that, after I went broke, nobody thought I was dope. Oh, haha, look at Toby, what a idiot. Don't worry about what others have. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side because the grass is fake. You never know what somebody actually has. So if you're wasting all your energy and your time worried about, oh, this is bullshit, they have this, they have that, why don't I have the XYZ? You're wasting your time on somebody that might have fake grass. And finally, when you do find success, because you will, stay vigilant and stay humble, because you never know. Sometimes if you have success and it was a little too easy, it's hard to see at the time. Again, when I was 18, I thought I made all that money because I was smart, because I was good at cryptocurrency trading. Classic Dunning-Kruger effect. If you guys aren't familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect, it's when you first embark on something, about 2 to 4 weeks in, you feel like you know everything about it. And then as you learn more and more about whatever it is you're diving into, you realize you don't know about it. But a lot of people get stuck at the top of the Dunning, and then they get Krugered. I think that's why it's called the Dunning-Kruger. Dunning-Kruger. You don't want to get Krugered, and you don't want to stay at the Dunning. You have to stay humble, because it might not be what you think. I'm being a total hypocrite by saying that, because
like and subscribe, and I'll definitely remember you. I'll take a photo of this moment, and
when I've got millions, I'm gonna post this. Yeah, I'm gonna post that. I've got it here. I've got the photo. I'm gonna post that, and that's gonna be to commemorate on this comment, this moment. That's very cool of you to say. I receive that positivity. I love your positive vibes. I'm currently watching a
Always,
video from.
consistently throughout my life, flex.
It's a video that Togi made, and it's released 2 months ago, and says, "Why not you?"
Earlier than I
Why
should
not
have,
you?
and I get humiliated for it every single time. So I'm just telling you guys, don't do the same mistake as me because I'm
Like, these are my moments before the biggest breakthrough, I think, where I am nobody. Away, Ewan. Where I am in my, I don't want to say lowest, because I'm not at my lowest, not here as I am right now, the person in me, but like with regards to worldly things, though it doesn't affect me as a person, because I like, you have to, that's why they say fake it till you make it. Become the person who is that best version of yourself. Awesome. I really do appreciate it. I'd love for you to watch it, and I'd love for you to be on this journey with me. It's going to be awesome. I think this is just the start of something way bigger, something that is going to, happen with all of us. All of us. But yeah, long story short, I'm watching the story, and it's just interesting seeing someone like Togi.
if you do find success and it was a little too easy, you're not guaranteed to fail. You just have to stay humble and grateful for
Thank
what
you
you
for the
have.
beast,
If
then.
when I was 18, I stayed humble, said, okay, I probably made all this money from crypto because I got lucky. So I should back off. I should learn, grow other businesses, practice my skills, save, invest this 900,000, and not blow it on cars because I think unlimited money is coming my way. Then we would be in a much better situation. I could have been set for life when I was 20, but when I was 20, I was broke with a addiction. The only difference was I wasn't humble. Massive difference in the output of your life. All right, moving on.
Chapter 2. Why not?
A lot of people have these massive daydreams. They daydream about whatever their dream life looks like. It feels so real that they can taste it. But for some reason, they believe that they're destined for a mediocre, a subpar life. The irrational idea
Thank you, man.
that
I
other
appreciate
people
your positivity
are
as
more
well. You must have a
capable,
wonderful day
fundamental.
further. And thanks for joining. I do appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the future lives and videos where I'll be mentioning you. Enjoy. Keep well, man. Take care. Okay,
That are fundamentally luckier and are more deserving to operate at a high level. The haves versus the have-nots. Some people have XYZ, and I am a have-not because I'm not lucky enough, I'm not skilled enough, I'm not talented enough. But you have to ask yourself, what's more likely? Are these people fundamentally more capable than me, or have I not tried enough? Do I not have the right mindset towards it? I mean, look at me, for example. I have clocked in IQ on paper, which I think my IQ is way higher than this, but it's neither here nor there. According to the doctors, my IQ is 79, and I made over $10 million last year. I bet you could think of, off the top of your head, 10 celebrities that you believe are an idiot, but they have more than you. And there's hundreds of celebrities. There's millions of people on this planet, not just celebrities operating at the highest level, but think about even in high school. There's a ton of your peers that started with less than you, but they got that promotion. They're operating at a higher level than you. Do not save your dreams for somebody else to do. Every single day you wake up and somebody that had less than you ends up with more than you. And that should drive you insane. Watching somebody steal your dreams, watching somebody live their dreams for you is the ultimate form of regret. Why not you? You have the tools, you have the brain power, you have the ability, you are more than capable to conquer the world, but for some reason, you're stuck in this irrational box of beliefs that you're destined for being fucking mediocre.
Okay, so this is what this says. A lot of people hear this and don't buy it. Most men greatly underestimate their own capabilities and overestimate how unlucky they are, because they focus on every unlucky event more than they can see their own talents and blessings. That's insane. But and true, and true. Let's see, it's not playing. Why is it not? Oh, it's just giving me time to read. Cause I'm a smooth operator. Smooth. That song's in my head right now. They.
I've
what?
never once in my life met a loser, like a true, genuine deadbeat that's never gonna amount to anything. What do I mean by this? If you have ever made someone laugh, you're funny. If you have ever woken up at 7 a.m., 7 days in a row, worked a 40, 50, 60-hour week, if you've ever worked a 60-hour week, you know how to work hard. I've never worked a 60-hour week, so you're outperforming me and most influencers on the hard work front. If you have ever dreamt so big that you can taste it, if you can vividly see your daydream so clearly that it feels real, then you know how to harness the law of attraction. A lot of people have a hard time grasping the law of attraction, even though it's within you. So what I'm saying is everyone is phenomenal. Everyone is incredible at many things, but at least one thing you are the best at. At least one thing you can be the best at. But a lot of people, when they aren't where they want to be in life and they're in the wrong circle, they get in a lot of negative thoughts of like, oh, I'm not good at anything. I'm a piece of shit. But you just haven't found your value yet. You're made of gold, but sometimes gold isn't useful when you're trying to build a hammer. Does that make sense? I don't know if that metaphor made like perfect one-to-one sense, but
Absolutely made sense.
the idea is that you're just in the wrong circle, in the wrong place, doing the wrong things. You know what your passions are, you know what you're good at, but now you're still studying accounting, failing your accounting test, and then your professor tells you that you're a idiot because, oh my God, you got a 23%, Togi, you're an idiot. I'm not a idiot. I'm just not meant to be doing accounting. Some people are, and they're great at it, but why are they laughing at you for being bad at it when it's clearly not your skill? So wake up, choose to embark on the activities that you are incredible at. A lot of people say, okay, I got this passion, but how am I going to make any bread off it? I can't make any money off of my passion of knitting. And what I'm telling you is you're wrong. Don't worry about the money, and the money will come. Every and any skill can be turned into a career. For example, the homie that filmed Free Solo, the most goated rock climber of all time. I guarantee you that motherfucker did not look at a rock one day and said, I'm going to climb this for the money. He said, I'm going to climb this rock because I love climbing rocks. Not my thing, but who am I to judge? It's his life, not mine. Why would he ever listen to somebody else saying, don't climb on that rock, that's stupid, you're never going to make no money? He said, I'm going to climb this rock because I love climbing on rocks. He's a multi-millionaire on accident because one day he decided, I'm going to climb up this rock better and faster and riskier than anyone else ever climbed up this rock. If you're too concerned about the money now, you're going to be led towards an unfulfilling path. There's more lucrative activities than climbing on rocks at the start before you're great. We can circle back to the accounting. Accountants or whatever make good money, but if you're not passionate about it, you're going to burn the out, and you're going to be operating at about 20% of your fullest effort, your fullest potential on that endeavor because you don't like accounting. But if you're able to operate at 80 to 100% of whatever you're doing, you're going to be able to be the top 1% of that niche. And then that's where the real money comes. So don't worry about the money now. Focus on becoming great at what you love, and the money will come. I promise you.
I believe this is like 80% of something. Most people know that or convince themselves, it's too fast. Can't read this. Oh, the film. There you go. Dream as big as you possibly can. 50 million people watch. What?
Oh my God, are we really gonna have this dog yelling at us this whole thing? That's gonna be a huge problem. And don't be so scared of your dreams because they're not that scary. I want to go to the MLB. I want to be the president. XYZ. Like when you were a kid, when you were in 6th grade, everybody has these insane visions. They seem so realistic. When you're in 6th grade, you think you can conquer the world. All of a sudden, you grow up, you're 18, and that spark is completely gone. What changed? Think about it this way. If you set up a 1 foot wide plank and laid it across the floor, you could walk across that thing 1,000 out of 1,000 times. But if you took that exact same plank and put it 1,000 feet in the air, 99% of people are going to fall because you're too busy looking down. What if I fall? If I fall, I'm totally... Most people aren't even going to try and cross that beam when it's 1,000 feet in the air because you're too worried about what if it goes wrong. Even though the task itself, cross that skinny mother, is not that difficult. Why are you so focused on what could go wrong when everything could go right? By nature, the journey is intimidating. It's built in. That's how it should be. No movie would be exciting if it wasn't, oh, what if he falls off that beam? What if he falls off the bridge and dies? If every movie was super easy, I'm not going to watch that movie if it's the protagonist just gets the loot at the start of the movie. That'd be the worst movie of all time. It's supposed to be scary. That's why it's incredible. It's supposed to be scary. You're supposed to risk everything, and you're meant to accomplish it. It's like the movies, I'm telling you. And you're like, oh, life's not a movie. It's just like a movie. Your life, you should treat your life like a movie, and you're the main character, because that's all it really is. You really
That's so crazy because that's something that I've said always. It's so crazy that he says it because it feels like earlier in my life I had this very awesome person that was in my life, and he told me you have to treat life like a movie, like you're the main character. Because I mean, if you're gonna be the side character or just a character that a bot, if you're just gonna be a bot and or an NPC, that's gonna be your life. That's gonna be your destiny. But if you're gonna be the main character, you're gonna have to live like the main character. You're gonna have to do crazy shit and live this crazy ass life. But this is
Character of a
very
movie,
very interesting
opposite.
that he said it
It's
as
like the
well.
movies, I'm
Like
telling
the
you. You're like,
movies,
oh,
I'm
life's like a
telling
movie. It's
you.
just like a movie. Your
Yeah.
life, you should treat your life like a movie, and you're the main character. Because that's all it really is. Do you really think that if you were the main character of a movie, are you destined to sit at a desk job for 8 hours a
Yeah.
fucking day?
No,
Everybody
you're not
else's opinions,
supposed to.
what everyone else is doing,
Yeah.
because you're the main character of your movie. And I'm telling you guys, you're meant to succeed. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're meant to succeed. It drives me mad just thinking about how many people don't truly believe that they can succeed. The task itself is not that hard. Crossing the beam is not that hard, guys. I promise you. Okay, let's
This
put
is
it this way.
hyping me up,
The beam,
honestly.
sure,
Like,
not
really,
the best
really
comparison in the
hyping
world
me
because that's
up.
not one to one. Realistically, life is not walking across a beam. Let me put into real terms how easy your dreams are. The WNBA gets 50 million unique viewers a year. The WNBA. Have you ever in your entire life watched a WNBA game? Another example, Scrub Daddy. You guys know that sponge with the smiley face on it? It's like $1 billion company. Scrub Daddy. We're talking about, think about what that is. Scrub Daddy. Scrub Daddy. We're talking about a sponge in which you scrub. But I guess this sponge is extra special. The point being is that people will watch anything. People will
Yeah.
consume anything. 8 billion, I think, maybe 9. Who the knows? Who the cares? Billions of people on this planet, and you don't think 100,000 are going to be your fan? 100,000 won't buy your product? 100,000 won't support you? That's literally like 1/50,000th of a percent. That math was off the top of my head. It's not important. I think you guys get the idea of that chapter.
I love this guy, honestly.
A lot of people want to work hard for a medal, put work in,
Yeah,
and they want to
cool
receive
dude, I
something
think.
for their work immediately. Good job, you worked, immediate results. That's why jobs are so popular, because you put in 5 hours work and you get 5 hours of pay. But that's always dodgy. You're always capped at a certain something.
Yeah.
Success happens behind closed doors. Nobody will be there on the journey. It's you versus you. No one is going to save you except for you. It's on you. You have to work hard, not for a medal, but you're working hard to pay your dues. You're putting in the sweat equity so that later in life, you never have to look at the ceiling and ask, what if? It's not about the recognition. It's not about the medal. It's about you. And you know exactly what it takes. Everybody knows what a hard day of work feels like. Everyone knows what it feels like to go to the gym and work your off. And afterwards, you know exactly what that feeling is. When you truly work hard, everyone at some point. But most people have that kind of moment once a month. You know truly what it takes, and it's hard. But if you think the price of being successful is too high, wait until you're served the bill for regret. You don't have a choice
a
here. You have to
horrible
put
one.
in the something. If you don't feel like you're worth something, or you don't think you can pull something off, start by getting jacked, because that's the most linear progression of.
That
your-
is so true. Like, if you're a guy out there and you like have issues, I don't know what it might be, like low self-esteem or energy or like anything, like just start doing push-ups. If you don't have a gym or can't do anything, squats, calf raises, sit-ups, and push-ups. Those are the easiest things that you can do to start and get somewhere. And I promise you, like he's explaining here now, this the moment you get jacked, it's like the moment things start to change. Is the moment you start to get some arm, and you start to feel good about yourself and your self-esteem, and you're like going out there and you know that you're capable of doing things because you're training yourself to become the person that you're meant to be. And it's like the videos that I said on the videos that I posted, some of those motivational videos that I posted, like become the warrior you're meant to be, like become the warrior that you are, like equip yourself with the necessary tools and armor, and weapons, artillery, so that you can face whatever challenges ahead and make sure that you can, like you said just now, linear progression, so that you can start moving, even if it's just step by step, like with these videos, this live. It might not mean anything now, but as time passes, it might get recognition, it might not, but you know I would never know if I never try. Yeah, and learn out of everything, because life is about learning. um you know seeing the mistakes that you make, correcting them, and progressing in life, learning, progressing. Because I mean, you're gonna fail, like Denzel said, fail forward. If you're gonna fail, fail and win. Um, but yeah, let's continue watching this. No, I really like this.
Poker
This is
game to the
interesting.
next level
This
was
is actually something that I like watching, especially this video with regards to Togi.
if you don't feel like you're worth something, or you don't think you can pull something off, start by getting jacked, because that's the most linear progression of you're going every single day, you work out, and you go home, and 3 days later,
Beautiful
you worked out every
view.
day, you look the exact same, but you show up every single day, and over the course of 2 years, now you have built something. Now people are asking you, how did you do that? It's the best example of you put in work, and then you get something spectacular out of it that you can simply by not working the smartest, not being the best at anything, by showing up every single motherfucking day, you will get the results when you work behind closed doors. Progress is being made. There's just no congratulations until the end. On your journey, you'll get no congratulations until you're done. Then everyone says, oh, he was lucky. They never saw the hundreds of hours while they were out at the bars, getting drunk, doing whatever, where you were locked in your room, stuck with your thoughts, stuck with your ideas, working on yourself. That's just
Yeah.
part of the process. And it gets
Yes.
lonely. It gets
Yeah.
very, very lonely.
Very lonely, crazily lonely. Ugh.
Loyalty versus success. A lot of people say
Oh,
you're
I
an
never
average
filled
of the
up this
5
bottle of
people that you
water.
hang out with most. And I think that's somewhat true, but mostly bullshit. A lot of people, I saw Luke Belmar tweet talking about you need to get rid of the friends that are losers, the friends that are dragging you down. A lot of people say you should be the least successful in the room so that way you can build up. You can learn from these people, become more successful. They're going to bring you up with you. That makes you a leech and a coward. Getting rid of your loser friends. Your loser friends that have been with you since day one, since you were in 8th grade. You're going to bail on that motherfucker because he's not working hard enough so you can go suck some rich dudes and try and leech your way to success. That's you can't do it on your own, so you need to ride the coattails of more successful people and leave your real friends who have real loyalty, real respect for you, real connection, real love. You're trying to become successful for the wrong reasons. You can think of at least 2, 3 of your friends that aren't like, bummer, they're not going to cut the chut. They're losers, whatever. They drink too much, they party too much, they don't work hard. That doesn't mean you get to leave them in the dust. Don't forget who is there when you had nothing. Don't forget who's with you now. If you have nothing now and they're with you and they fuck with you, if these people love you for you, when you have something or in the pursuit of something, you don't get to forget about that. Never forget, loyalty always over money. Become successful.
Loyalty over money.
And then lead them to water. Provide them all the tools that you can to make sure that they build their own success. Because that's what it's all about. The bros getting rich and famous. The bros getting rich and moving to Monaco together. If you're a billionaire and all you have is fake billionaire friends, there's no point of being a billionaire. You're going to be depressed. Let's not forget the fucking point is getting rich with our friends, bro. Every dude has dreamt of driving up the canyon. Everyone's in the dream car. He's got the GT34 RS or whatever. He's got the Lamborghini. He's got the Bugatti. And you're all just, that's one of the coolest things ever. That's what it's all, that's one of the best experiences ever is experiencing success. Nothing to everything with your best friends, because without your best friends, you're at a certain point, you lose a piece of you. Don't do to impress others to get into that more successful circle. You and your friends are the main character of your own movie. It's your circle. So you guys should be the most successful. Do the craziest, do everything and anything you wanted. Everybody else is doing. Oh, but my friends are dragging me down because they're always inviting me to go drink, go do some bullshit. Real love, real friendship includes the understanding when you say no and you have to bail on it. Trust me, I've been in the frat with my best friends. I've had my door broken into while they're drinking and I'm working. And they're with me, my work, but that's real love. Dude, sometimes you just got to say no 700 times. Sometimes you have to punch one of your homies in the face to get them to shut the up. You go to the bars, I'm going to work. And they will eventually understand that. Real friends want to see other friends succeed. A lot of people feel the feeling of friendship when somebody is dragging them to the bars with them because you feel like, oh yeah, they want to drink with me. They like me a lot because they want to drink with me. You have to be careful. It's either friendship, that person really wants to hang out with you, or mediocrity loves company. They want to drag you down with them. They're insecure that they're going to the bars for the 17th weekend in a row, not getting anything done with their spare time. So they're like, holy shit, he's doing something with his life. He's becoming better. Let me drag him out. Let me make him worse. Let me make sure he stays on my level because now I'm not insecure. If everybody stays on my level, if we're all just nice and mediocre, then none of us are mediocre. Then it's the norm. Then we're all happy because no one excels. Mediocrity loves company. So don't forget that. Your real friends want you to succeed. The people that just can't understand your dreams, the people that just no matter what cannot get it through their head, those are the people that are jealous, subconsciously or not. A laugh doesn't create love. A good memory doesn't create love. Love is created from unconditional support, unconditional desire to see that person win, even if it means you have to him in the face so that you don't, to get your racked friend out of your room because he really wants you to do just a boing. When your homie comes in the room at 4 a.m., just a boing, and you're working. Sometimes you gotta punch it. It's all right, dude.
Another thing to look out for.
A lot of people want you to win until you're winning more than them. The second you're more than them, more successful than them, they're jealous and they want you to fall back to lower than them. You should be rooting for all of your friends to be 10 times more successful than you. If you follow this whole book, you'll be so confident and so happy on your own path that if somebody else has more than you, it doesn't matter. If somebody else that means a lot to you, one of your best friends, has more than you, it's a good thing. It doesn't matter because you're happy with yourself. You're happy that they're winning. Sometimes you do have a genuine friendship and you let ego and insecurity ruin the genuine friendship because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not on your own path. So you let your own ego eat you from the inside out, reflecting your own insecurities onto your friend. So don't be a coward, nerd. You're not on your own path. So you let your own ego eat you from the inside out, reflecting your own insecurities onto your friend. So don't be a coward, nerd.
Don't be a coward.
Don't
nerd.
expect anything and you will receive everything. Drop any expectations of what it should be. It's your reality, not mine. It's your life. I'm just a random internet dude on your screen and you are living your life, not whatever you think your life should be. What is your life? Sometimes you got to take a step back and soak it all in. Just smell the grass sometimes. It's beautiful. And whether you like to admit it or not, you have so many blessings. When you expect too much stuff, you lose touch with gratitude. And here's the problem. When you're not grateful for your blessings that you do have, God will take them away. The universe will take them away from you. Andrew Tate said this once. If I were to give you a Ferrari and 1 year later you come back and the Ferrari hasn't been serviced, scratches all over it on the inside, it just looks terrible, I would never give you a Ferrari again. I'd be like, if I just gave you a blessing and you treat it like shit. And on the other hand, if you came back and the Ferrari was in perfect condition, maintained well, I'd be like, damn, that was a good gift. I'm happy to give you more. It's the same way with the universe, with God. He gives us all blessings. And if you're not grateful for what you do have, you're not going to get any more. If you wonder why you're not lucky, it's because you're not grateful for what you do have. And if you're always unlucky, it's because you're not grateful for what you do have. So what you have gets taken away from you. You know, a lot of people aren't grateful for until it's gone. And then it's a bummer because it's gone. A lot of people like to play the victim. Shut the it pisses me the You are blessed beyond your wildest imagination.
Very true, these things that he's saying.
The guy walking wishes he had a bike. The guy biking wishes he had a van. The guy with the van wishes he had a sports car. The guy with the sports car wishes that he had a supercar. The guy with the supercar, 40 years old, looks at the 16-year-old that's walking and thinks, damn, I wish I had more time. If you look around enough, everybody will have something that you don't have that you want. And if you're too busy looking around at what you want, you're never going to appreciate what you have. And then you never lived. That's a big thing I've struggled with over the last year and a half. I've seen a ton of success. My life was getting exponentially better and I was getting exponentially less happy. Why is that? because I was too obsessed with more. I was too obsessed with, he has a Lamborghini, I need it, I need it, I need more, I need more. And I never soaked it in, I never got the opportunity, and I regret that. The content that you consume will devour your unique identity. A good example of this is when Andrew Tate first went viral. He took over the internet. Andrew Tate took over the internet, but all of a sudden, you have millions of people copy and paste Andrew Tate. What Andrew Tate said was like the Bible. What Andrew Tate would say, Andrew Tate's ideas was like the Bible to these people. And sure, Andrew Tate has a lot of valuable things to say. You shouldn't be obsessed with him. If you spend too long thinking about Andrew Tate's ideas, then you lose touch with your own and you become a wannabe Andrew Tate. And the time will question, what does it mean to be happy? I think to be happy is to experience this universe as your genuine, unique self, bringing your unique identity, sharing that with others, making genuine connections with friends, having new, genuine, exciting ideas. And it sounds kind of corny, but being yourself. That's why the planet is so beautiful. There's
Being
8
yourself
billion
without
unique
having to,
identities all in one mixing pot. But so
Very
many
interesting.
people's identities get stripped and
So
lost
true.
because they're too scared of their own thoughts. Thinking can be extremely terrifying. So they're too busy letting Andrew Tate think for them, letting XYZ do the thinking for them. And that is the death of you. A lot of people die when they're 15. All of their ideas are never brought to fruition, never shared with the universe, and it's all because of the content that they are consuming. A lot of people ask, Togi, how did you go viral so fast, right? It's pretty simple. When I first started, I'm horrible at this now, but when I first started making content, I stopped watching content. I stopped consuming content entirely. I only had TikTok for the purpose of posting, because that way there was no outside ideas infecting my mind. I could bring something unique. I would sit there in my own chamber of reflection and come up with my own ideas and bring these to the world. There was no copying. Everything Togi ever did, 100% unique. And when you put something unique out to the world, people watch. It's new. There's so many copycats when there's when there's something new, a new product, new idea.
But it's all
Everybody flops.
melted.
There's so many people that's like, I want to be the next Togi. I want to be the next Andrew Tate. I want to be the next Jake Paul. It's never gonna work to be the next something. You're the next you. That's incredible. You can conquer the world being the next you. You don't have to be the next Togi, next Andrew Tate. That doesn't make any sense. Why would that? You're the next Schmarker. And why is it so common for people to let their unique ideas and identity to be drowned out? Is because thinking is scary. Your own thoughts are very terrifying. It's a lot easier to mindlessly scroll. If you have found yourself having a hard time having unique thoughts or getting in touch with your own ideas, you can't sit there without scrolling. This is a good practice, and I stole this one from Zerka. The human mind is meant to think. You were born to think, but you have to let yourself think. But you don't have to force it. You don't have to sit there. A lot of people sit there and they're so worked up, like, come on, go, go, go. You don't have to force it. You're just not giving your brain the opportunity. So this is the practice. You start by taking any household object, right? Take this bracelet. It's a pretty basic bracelet, whatever. But if I stare at this bracelet for 5 minutes, the first 3 minutes are going to be unbearable and boring. But then at 3, 4, 5 minutes, oh, I never realized about this. This is interesting. Never realized about the bracelet. And then all of a sudden you're realizing these insane things about the item that you're staring at that you would have never realized otherwise. You didn't force it. You just let it happen. And that's your mind opening up. You feel like a superhuman. Like, try it right now. Pause this video and try it and then come back.
I've done it before, watching my watch.
And that's just the first step. Now, step 2, go on a drive.
I love going on drives.
You get in the car, no music,
I want to go on a
nothing.
drive with
You go on a 2-hour-long
Audi
drive.
TT.
The driving is just enough stimulation so that you're not so bored where you have to quit, have to scroll, you don't want to kill yourself. The driving, focusing on the road, just enough stimulation, but then you're thinking for hours and hours. A lot of people say, my best shots are in the shower. Shower thoughts. The only reason shower thoughts are a thing is because that's the only time in the day most people aren't distracted by something significant. Just water over you, and then you're thinking for 5 minutes. And you have incredible ideas in just that 5 minutes. Imagine if you gave it more time. Now, You just stare at nothing. You close your eyes, you stare at a wall, and let yourself think for 10, 15 minutes a day. Your life will change. That's how you get in touch with your identity, your mind, your ideas. That's how you come up with something incredible. If you feel stuck, it's not because you're an idiot. It's not because you don't have good ideas. You're not letting your mind open up. It's the most powerful thing this universe has ever created. Science cannot comprehend the human brain, and it will never be able to comprehend the human brain. It is too incredible. It's too powerful. All you have to do is let it work. It takes like 10 minutes to boot up. So every day, just get into practice of this. Stare at a wall. But again, it's not easy. A lot of people just hope. They just wait for an idea to pop in their head, something to happen. They're like, why is my depression not going away? Why do I feel so stuck? I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for something. I'm stuck. I'm waiting. You have to put conscious effort in. And it's harder than it looks. If you paused the video back then and looked at your lighter for 5 minutes, you realize, first 3 minutes, I really was struggling. People go, oh, I'm so ADHD, I can't stay focused. No, you are just a idiot, bro. You're not ADHD. And that's why ADHD and depression are linked, in my opinion. Because most of those cases of the people that have ADHD and depression aren't real. It's people that think they have ADHD because they can't focus, because they don't put in the effort to focus, and then they're depressed because they feel stuck, because they have no genuine ideas, they have no thoughts alone, they have no time to work on themselves mentally, no time to output creative ideas. That's a depressing existence. Money comes and go, muscles come and go, relationships, they come and go. The only thing in this life that you cannot get back is your time. It's so easy to waste time. It feels like we have unlimited time until you're out of time. Think about it on a smaller scale. COVID was 5 years ago. That went by, that time went by in nothing. You have to look back and reflect. What did you really get done in that 5 years? Did you progress as much as you would hope to in the next 5 years? During COVID, you got whatever you got done. And me personally, I was not happy with that time. And then you have to take a look. What do I need to change? What am I doing with my time? What am I really doing with my time? You have to pay attention. Say you take weekends off, completely wasted. You know, you smoke weed, watch Rick and Morty all day long. Seems innocent, but that's 104 days a year. Since COVID, that's 500 days. That's over 1% of your life wasted on just COVID weekends. 1% of your life and maybe 4% of your prime. It's a very common question. If I give you $1 billion, would you be happy? And everyone's like, yeah, of course I'd be stoked if I give you if you give me $1 billion. But then I ask, if I give you $1 billion, but you only have 24 hours left to live, will you take it? And everyone's like, absolutely not. So it's the opportunity to wake up tomorrow is priceless. That time, that 24 hours is worth more than $1 billion. Pay attention to how productive really is an activity. If you go to work for whatever, 9 to 5, you go to work for 9 hours, that time feels very productive, but it wasn't truly productive for you. All you were doing was making someone else richer. You were putting in conscious effort towards their goals. Every second we spend doing a job, doing something for someone else, trying to impress someone else, that's a huge one, is going to be an unfulfilling activity. That is a waste of your time. And that brings up a really, really good point. Do not try and impress anybody. This was the number one reason I wasn't happy in high school, is because I was too busy trying to impress everybody. If you're authentic to yourself and you just do things that you enjoy, the real ones will find you. And then you'll have an incredible group of friends that love you for you. If you go out and every day you go to school and you have to spend 8 hours putting on a mask, putting on a costume, trying to pretend to be someone else, that's a long time to not be feeding your soul. That's a long time to not be in touch with yourself. I think a lot of people spend 99% of their time doing something for someone else and they don't even really realize it. And that's when you feel lost. You spend too much time wearing a mask and all of a sudden you get lost. Your own identity gets lost with the mask. Life is risky. Life is so risky that no one comes out alive. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take life too seriously. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but if you truly cannot get other people's opinions out of your head, understand this. In 200 years, every single person that you know, every thought, every idea, every opinion about you will be dead, will be 6 feet under. Everybody has 2 lives. And the second one starts when you realize that you only have one. You will never stay up at night staring at the ceiling, losing sleep over the failures. That'll keep you up the eats your soul, that eats you from the inside out, is the what if. That opportunity, it slipped away, it's gone forever. That time, that moment in time is gone, and I didn't embark on it, and now I have to sit here forever. What if I will never get to know? What's the big deal if you fail? You don't have any money, you're not where you want to be in life, and you have nothing going for you. So you try something, it doesn't work out, boom, you still have nothing going for you. It's great. If you have nothing going for you, you have nothing to lose. So you might as well put everything on the table. You might as well go all out with all of it. Absolutely, the worst case is you try something, you fail, and somebody judges you. Haha, he failed. Look at that idiot. They judge you for your failures. Judge me for my failures. Because we all know that failure is a part of success. And dude, what the does that person have to say about your life? Why is it so uncool for you to try something? It's your life, it's not theirs. We're conditioned to think that our ideas aren't worth being obsessed with unless it fits the narrative that society needs it to fit. Yeah, dude, fitting in with everyone else. I'm not meant to live a normal life. You're not meant to live a normal life, because a normal life is cubicle 9 to 5. That's normal, and that's not what you're meant for. You're meant for whatever that sixth grader dreamt he's meant for. I need you to get that through your head, that you are not meant for regular. Think about it this way. What's worse, offending someone because you tried something that you enjoyed and maybe they think you're weird, or lying on your deathbed and you get a big plate of you could have, you should have. This is when you die and God shows you what you could have been, but they go, that's it. That's what you could have been. Hey, this right here, this is what you could have been. You ended up nowhere near that. You ended up at 5% of your potential. Now you know, now you learned your lesson. You should have figured it out before, because that's your only chance. That's such a sick game. It's as simple as that's when you lose the game. The game that you only get one chance at, that's when you lose. Holy But luckily it's not too late, and we can figure that out now, ahead of everybody, and we could live, we can do anything we want. We can live up to our wildest dreams. This is the most important chapter of the entire book. I saved the super bangers for the end, because if you're still watching this video, I hope you're enjoying it. I guess if you're this far, you are enjoying it. I hope it's getting your churning McChurnerson churning a little bit harder. This has been really cool to film this video because it's so different. I'm so used to putting out the crazy slots, gambling content, and it's fun. I love that. I love that lifestyle. Oh, look at that, kind of busting like that. But either way, I love that stuff. But this is my core. This, for me, comes before the gambling stuff. I never put out content like this because in the pursuit of more views and making more money, you have to do crazy viral shit, not like these talks or whatever. Like, I bet this video I'm going to make $0 on. It's not going to get very great views, but it means a lot to me. I'm putting together something that I can show my kids that I'm proud of. I'm proud of all my work, but these ideas are what it means to be Togi. That's what this is who I am. But
this is so interesting because this is the first video that I've watched of Togi, and this is the video that I watch. How interesting, eh?
It's not important. Also, look at this. This might be off topic. Why the hell does this crib got 2 fridges? What the they got 2 fridges for, dude? At a certain point, if you have 2 fridges right next to each other in the kitchen, I get it if you have like a garage freezer as an extra. Well, okay, as an extra one, but if you have 2 fridges in the kitchen next to each other, you're just doing that to show off at a certain point. Okay, back to the most important chapter of the entire book. Are we ready? Fears versus dreams. This whole book so far, we've talked a lot about be delusionally ambitious, follow your dreams, you can do anything, which is 100% true, and most of us know that by now. But if you're not fully convinced yet, if you've not fully been motivated to take that first leap of faith, understand this. Every single day you wake up, you are either feeding your fears or your dreams. When your life comes to an end, you either end up living your fears or your dreams. There's no in between. Every single day, you are inching closer to your fears or your dreams. It starts in the middle, you're neutral, and slowly you're working towards your fears or your dreams. And at the end, It's either fears or dreams. And 95% of people end up living their fears. What it means to live your fears is to never reach the potential that you were supposed to fill, to never become what you know you should have. That's your fears. And your dreams are whatever your dreams, everything you ever wished of. Those are your dreams, whatever they might be. And the only determining factor where you end up is what you feed more. On a consistent day-to-day basis, are you consistently yerking or schmirking? So in reality, you never had the choice to be motivated. You're all in. The day you were born, you were forced to play this game, whether you like it or not. I think it's a beautiful game. The game of life is incredible. But for a lot of people, for most people, it's a game, and you are being forced to play it. Everything you do is life. So you're already here, you're already all in. You might as well give it everything you have. You might as well work hard and work towards your dreams. And even if you don't give but yourself, again, you never had the choice. It's not all about you. What about retiring your mother? She carried you around in your womb, pooped you out. She's done nothing but unconditional love for you, raised you, sacrificed everything for you. It's your responsibility as a man to become the man that you can be, make your parents proud of what they created. Be so successful that you can take care of your future family, all of your friends. Everybody needs to be chilling, and you know damn well, think about your friend group. You know damn well a lot of those motherfuckers aren't gonna end up doing it, but that doesn't mean you can bail on them. It's on you to make sure that everyone that has shown you loyalty, love, and respect, it's on you to make sure that everyone's chilling. It's not just about your life. And so every day you have to wake up, and I get it. Sometimes life is a lot easier to say, you know what, I got over there, this sucks, I don't want it. What's one day? It's just one more day. Feed your fears a little more. And the problem is, it builds on itself. When you're feeding your fears, you can't just yurt back. You see the distance? We're already over here. Now you gotta fucking, and a lot of us have already been feeding our fears for about 20 years. So it's a difficult task to hook the curve back to dreams. It's not too late, you can do it. But what I'm saying is you don't have more days to waste on your fears. Again, like we talked about way earlier, time is very precious. It goes by very fast. There's no such thing as something for nothing. And you might be thinking to yourself, there's no such thing as something for nothing. Everybody knows that there's no such thing as something for nothing. But then you say that, and 5 minutes later, you fall into the trap of wanting something for nothing. You have to pay with something to play the game. Everybody has 1 million, $1 million ideas, but that's the nothing. But it feels so good when you have the best business idea ever. You feel like you have something, but everybody experiences that. You're conditioned to think that that's something. Every year, your parents, your teachers, your friends, you share this idea and everyone goes, oh, that's a great idea. Physiology, psychologist, psychologist, a tip about your brain, right? When you speak something that you want, or you speak something that you think you're gonna do, you have a plan, you have a business idea. When you speak it out loud, it releases the same dopamine as if you were to actually do it. So a lot of people have an incredible idea, they say it out loud, they get that dopamine hit, and then you get nothing. Because you put nothing in. And you know, that's a reason gambling is so popular, because it feels like you're getting something for nothing. You go into the casino, you around, play a few games, tick, 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 and you walk out with money. You think you got something for nothing, but then obviously you are risking something, the money. Nobody walks into the casino thinking they're gonna lose. So you go into the casino, you think you're gonna win a ton of money, and then all of a sudden, boom, you pay with money that you didn't want to lose. You weren't prepared to lose that money, and that's exactly the problem. Same with steroids. I'm going to take steroids and get bigger muscles, free muscles, and you get the bigger muscles, but then all of a sudden you're paying with your heart. Your kidneys are failing. You have liver problems. You're paying with something that you weren't prepared to pay. You always pay with something. What did Alex Eubanks say? You have to sacrifice for what you want, or what you want becomes the sacrifice. Come forward and say, I am sacrificing this first in order to accomplish this. Then you know what you're sacrificing. But if you go into a situation where you want something and you don't know what you're sacrificing, the sacrifice comes. It comes later down the line. Like with steroids, you have heart problems. You weren't ready to pay that due. You just wanted the muscles, so you didn't think about it. But if you know what you're risking, hey, I want bigger muscles faster, so I'm going to take steroids, but I know that I'm risking my heart. Now I can stay more on top of my health, get my blood work done, take my tummy and take my Dubivolol, do all the things so that you don't have to risk as much. If you know what you are ready to risk, It's a much better trade-off than just hucking it down the 360 piper, wanting something, putting up nothing. The universe just you into putting up something, and usually you pay with more than you were willing to pay. The real magic, the most spectacular things happen when you sacrifice something and you might get nothing in return. When you have a job, like we said, you work 5 hours, you get 5 hours pay. But when you put in work to start a business, to start your fitness channel, whatever it might be, you might get nothing in return for that endeavor. And most likely you will get nothing in return. But that's when the magic happens. When you embark on something that's you, where you're the boss of you, it's not someone else's project, it's your project. So you're taking the loss. The reason you go to work and you work 5 hours and you get 5 hours of whatever pay guaranteed in return is because the boss is taking the risk. But when you become your own boss and you embark on your that you love, you are now taking on all the risk, all the failure. But the star is the limit. You can make an unlimited amount of money when you are the boss. You might get nothing in return for years to reach that point, but that's part of the game. And you know this. That's the thing, is these things I'm saying, you guys know this deep down. You have to fail. You will not get anything in return for years. But people still are not willing to put in those years, even though you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You see what it's going to take to go through the tunnel, but people don't go after it for whatever reason. I don't understand that.
All right, we pretty much made it to the end of most of these ideas. This video is getting super long, so I'm going to keep... I have a lot more. One day I would like to write a real genuine... One day I would like to write a real genuine book. We'll bang out a few speed tips, a few things to never forget. We don't have to go too in depth on these things. Here we go with the speed tip. Speed tip number one. Speed tip number one, spend money recklessly, because it's easier to make more money than to pinch pennies. Spend all your effort figuring out how to preserve what you have, you lose the abundance mindset. If you just blow money like crazy, like it doesn't matter because you're confident you're gonna make more. Like, dude, if you only have $20,000, blow it on your dream car, blow it on your dream vacation, then you have a taste. Then you have a taste of what it's like to spend money. When you finally walk into the jewelry store and they lock the door and lay out all the nice jewelry for you, you feel like a king. It's an incredible experience. Go out, rent your dream car, go rent a Lamborghini. You'll drive it for 2 days. You're gonna feel incredible. You get a taste and then you lose it. It's like a shark. Once you get a taste of that blood, you need more. Once you taste how good it can be to have unlimited freedom, all the things you've dreamt of, you're gonna work 10 times harder.
I think of renting a supercar now, a Lamborghini for a day.
To get
Or
those
just a
things,
Mustang.
it's the highest form of manifestation. Don't chase girls. They're no better than a drug. Well, think about the last time you hung out with a girl. What did you actually get done? You banged and then you watched cartoons. And at the end of the day, you feel accomplished. You're like, oh, that was nice. That was a good day. But in reality, you got nothing done. You might as well have done hair all day long. And to their head too, if you're chasing women too hard, you start failing at getting women. And then you put more effort into it. And you put more effort into it. And the more you fail, and the more you feel like a failure because you're chasing the wrong goal. That's the universe telling you, stop chasing the wrong goal so hard. Stop putting so much effort into it, because the women, they can sense it. And they can tell when you care or don't give. They can tell what they are on your priority list. The women can sense when a man has a garden. Attract the women. When you have your own shit you're working on, you come first. You're working on yourself and you build a garden, then it's like butterflies. They are attracted. But if you don't got nothing and you keep chasing them, imagine trying to catch a butterfly with your hand. It doesn't make any sense. If you're not getting girls right now, bro, just time to lock in. Do you really think you would have gotten rejected if you pulled up in a Lamborghini? I'm just saying you wouldn't have. And here's another thing. If you do get a lot of girls, don't let that consume you. You feel confident, you go out and get more girls, great. But make sure to use that energy and put it towards something productive. A lot of the biggest losers that I know were the coolest kids in high school. In high school, the most popular kids, best looking, whatever, get a ton of girls. They had life on easy mode since the start. It always came to them. It was always easy. And then you go out into the real world, all of a sudden, how fast you can run doesn't get you any punch. And now it's you and I, the motherfuckers that didn't get laid in high school or whatever. Oh, I don't know what you did, but I didn't. That's for sure.
Yeah,
but I
neither did
learned
I.
that I had to earn it. I had to build a garden. And now I don't have a problem with the females. Call your family every week. Relationships take effort. A lot of times my family is pissing me off. You know, they're always pulling some bullshit, always. Dude, let's not forget, your family is all you really have at the end of the day. Your family is the most unconditional support that you'll ever get. Your family sacrificed everything for you. And although sometimes you fight, sometimes you don't get along, that's what relationships are all about. No relationship is perfect. No relationship comes too easy. If a relationship comes too easy, it's a fake relationship. Put them first. That's real love, is when you put your family first. You understand that they have the situation, it conflicts with your best interest, but you need to put them first because it's your family. That's all you really have. And before you know it, you never know, they're going to be gone one day, or you're going to be gone one day. So you really need to put in effort to cherish these relationships. And boom, that completes Book of Togi Part 1. My real Book of Togi is about 40 pages right now, but I just picked out some of my favorite ones. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far through the video, I really appreciate that. I really hope that you got something out of this. Even though I don't know you and you don't know me, I really believe in you and I really love you, because I know that I was a big loser once, and I'm not saying you're a loser, but I'm saying if myself as a loser could progress my life like so, you as whatever you are, I know you can. Because if I did it, why can you not? We could Togi channel, 500,000 subscribers. That's such a small percentage of the world. We could rule the world. None of you watching the video are destined to be flipping the patties. Every single one of you is destined for more, and it's statistically possible for every single person, you, to do anything and everything you want. And one day you and I will meet on a yacht in Monaco, and you're gonna say, I saw that Book of Togi. Screenshot this video right now with the date. We'll call that the ticket. I'm gonna throw a yacht party. We'll throw a crazy yacht party in Monaco. We're gonna throw, it's a great idea. We're throwing a crazy yacht party in Monaco. All of us, we're gonna be there, all on our yachts. And the ticket in, the proof in, is you screenshot this video right now with the date in it. And you pull up to the gate and you show it. You pull up with your own yacht because you got a yacht to the yacht party 2 years from now. You go, Yard, check that out. I got my ticket. Bought 2 years ago. I invested thousands of hours of sweat equity every single day, no matter how I felt, no matter how the weather is. I did not give up. This ticket didn't cost me money. This ticket costed me my life. I had to kill my old self for this ticket. Countless lonely nights for this ticket. That's the most valuable ticket ever. And that is infinite respect. If I see any of you guys, if 5 people show up to this yacht party, that would be the coolest thing ever. Nothing is easy. All good things take time. Progress is never fast and sometimes never visible. You're on the right path, my friend. Do not forget, the path to your dreams feels terrifying. The path to your fears feels friendly. If you're scared, you want to turn back, you feel like you've risked too much, you can't do it, just know I'm proud of you. Stay on that path because you're on the right path. And I love you for supporting my path and my dreams. And now it's your guys' turn. Thank you so much for supporting my journey. It's your turn to have everything and anything that you want. All right, good luck with everything. Thank you for watching this video, and I congratulate you on all your future success. I will see you at that crazy Togi yacht party. No other content creator coming up with schemes like that.
That's quite
And
cool.
now it's a community scheme. We can officially call it our scheme. So yeah, we're putting that in motion. All right, cheers, guys. Have a good one.
So what he said, a yacht party. I hope I'm able to make that. The hell was that?
Boom!
Oh.
New week alert. How about that? I had a rough last week. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying a new strategy. 4 days on, 2 days off, 1 day optional. You know, sleep for like 3-4 hours within 4 days. Just grind.
Okay, I'm on my way out. I am dead, honestly. I am tired, I'm not gonna lie. My neck hurts, my back. Jeez Louise. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining. Have a lovely day further. Remember to like and subscribe, and catch you later.